We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of a word that gave us everything, irony. Born in ancient Greece, died on twitter.com. Cause of death? You people.
Just spilled coffee on my shirt before my date. So ironic.
That's not irony, Jessica. That's just being clumsy. One is a literary device, and the other is why you can't have nice things. But I'm not here to cry. I'm here to revive this word like a Marvel character nobody asked for. I'm Ron, and I do give a damn about words. And today, we are performing linguistic CPR. Because here's the truth. The world is drowning in actual irony, but nobody seems to recognize it because we are all busy calling our burnt toast ironic. Welcome back to Ron Decodes, where I explain things your English teacher tried to teach you in high school when you were too busy planning a wedding with a crush who still doesn't know your last name. We have covered alliteration, easy. Metaphor versus simile, child's play. But irony is the final boss. It's the literary equivalent of trying to explain cryptocurrency to your grandma. Everyone thinks they get it, but when they start talking, you realize, oh no, they absolutely do not. Irony isn't when something goes wrong. It's not bad luck. It's when the universe has read your entire plan, laughed, and then did the exact opposite of what you expected. But in a way so perfectly calculated, you can't even be mad. You just have to stand there and go, okay, universe, I see what you did there. Well played. Respect. First one is verbal irony. This is when you say the opposite of what you mean. Simple, right? Wrong, because people keep confusing it with lying. Your roommate makes dinner. It's burnt, like forensically burnt. You could use it as evidence in court. You take a bite and say, crunchy, interesting texture choice. Now that's verbal irony. You meant this is carbon, but you said texture choice because you don't want to sleep on the couch, right? Now the trap that people fall into. They think all lying is verbal irony. Wrong. If you say, oh wow Rachel, love what you did with your bangs while filming it for your Insta, that's sarcasm. Sarcasm is verbal irony's evil twin who got a reality TV deal. Sarcasm wants you to know it's insulting you. Verbal irony is polite about it. Verbal irony wears a tuxedo. Sarcasm wears a talk to the hand t-shirt from 2003. In Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, when Mr. Darcy says she's tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me about Elizabeth, spoiler alert, he marries her, that's verbal irony with a 200-year shelf life. In Julius Caesar of Shakespeare, Mark Antony gives a whole speech calling Brutus an honorable man when he has literally stabbed Julius Caesar to death. He says honorable man like 47 times. Everyone knows he means traitorous backstabber. That's verbal irony operating at a Roman Senate level. If your friend says he's fine while stress eating a whole rotisserie chicken at 2 a.m. in the morning, that's verbal irony. If he says, I'm fine like you'd care, that's sarcasm. See, tone matters. The second type is situational irony. Okay. This is where 99% of the population gets it wrong. Situational irony is when the outcome is the complete opposite of what you intended. Not just unexpected, not just unfortunate, complete opposite. Let me give you the wrong answer first. You study for a test and fail. That's really sad, but not ironic. You don't study and fail. That's consequences. Again, not irony. Your crush doesn't text you back. Again, sad, but not ironic. You accidentally like her photo from 2017 while stalking her. That's self-sabotage. Again, not irony. You study so hard for an exam, you drink 4 energy drinks, you stay up all night, and then when it's time to give the paper, you enter the exam hall and are exhausted and sleep and miss the whole paper. Now we are cooking. Let me give you a modern example. A tech billionaire acquires a social media platform for $44 billion specifically to promote free speech, and then immediately starts banning people for saying things that he doesn't like. That is situational irony at a market cap level. Another modern example. A company creates an AI chatbot to interact with users. Within 24 hours, the internet turns it into a conspiracy theorist. The tool designed to help people learn teaches them that the earth is flat. Exquisite. Or the classic example of the fire station burning down. The place designed to stop fire burns down in ashes. The irony is so thick you can serve it at your wedding dinner. Then comes the third type, dramatic irony. This is my favorite because it turns you, the audience, into a prophet. You know what's coming, the characters clueless. Every episode of Succession, every episode of Euphoria, that one scene in Knives Out where you're screaming, "Check the mug!" and the character is just living their best life. We see the villain poisoning the drink. We see it happen. The hero picks up the glass, smiles, and says, "Cheers." And we are at home having a full body panic attack, screaming, "No, put it down. It's there. Put it down." Let's talk Shakespeare again. Romeo and Juliet. We know Juliet has taken a sleeping potion. Romeo does not. He thinks she's dead. He drinks the poison. Then she wakes up and sees him dead and stabs herself. 2 dead teenagers because nobody checked for a pulse. We are watching from the audience like, just wait 5 minutes, have a conversation. But they can't hear us. That's the point. That's the whole point. We are trapped with that information, that knowledge we can't share. It's like watching your friend text his ex at 2 a.m. You know how it ends. He doesn't. You can't stop it. You just have to witness the tragedy. That's dramatic irony. It turns you from a passive viewer into an anxious accomplice. So, why do we love this? Why do writers use it like it's literary seasoning? Because deep down, we are all terrible people who find it hilarious when plans go wrong. We love watching the universe humble someone. It's Schadenfreude with a PhD. Irony shows us that humans are not as smart as we'd like to think. We make plans, we prepare, we scheme, and then life goes LOL, nope, not today, and does the opposite. Whether it's Shakespeare in 1595 writing a tragedy based on bad mail delivery, or a YouTuber getting hacked while filming a video called How to Never Get Hacked. Irony is the ultimate reality check. It's the universe's way of saying, you thought you were the main character, huh? Cute. Alright, so here's your cheat sheet so that you don't ever embarrass yourself again. Before you say how ironic, ask yourself these questions. Is this the opposite of what should have happened? Yes, maybe ironic. No, just unfortunate. Is there a gap between expectation and reality? Yes, getting warmer. No, it's called bad luck, just move on. Examples? I lost my keys. Ironic. No, that's just Thursday. A locksmith locked himself out of his own van at a locksmith conference called Security First. That's irony with a name tag. It rained on my wedding. How ironic. No, Alanis, sorry, that's just weather. A meteorologist planned an outdoor wedding based on his own forecast. It rained. He had predicted 0% chance of rain. That's irony with receipts. The formula? If you can replace ironic with unlucky and the sentence still makes sense, it's not irony. I'm Ron, and this has been a very expensive therapy session disguised as a YouTube video. Drop your best examples of situational irony in the comments. Funniest one receives a virtual PhD, a slow clap, and my eternal respect. Until next week, keep learning, keep decoding, and please stop calling your coffee order mix-up ironic. It's not ironic, it's unfortunate. Unlike this video, which is ironically about irony.